production, man. But yes, we've already seen already the bands, the first phase of the bands already been placed. So cutting up Natalia, Barrett, and Uranus for the side of Execration. Basically, that's a no-brainer. But whoa, they're being cutting heroes from Hate and Benny Cutie here for the side of Cignal Ultra. So what else is open right now? Khalid is open, one of the extraction first pick that they're giving, but they're going for Yuzhong. That's definitely a sag at 2-0.
Khalid, however, is open. That is actually a question for me. Maybe Execration really likes the Yuzhong capability of Sagitnu. If Sagitnu can be comfortable as possible, can be as comfortable as possible into this tournament. Look at that, 75% win rate.
Yes.
How often do you see that?
Not really, but what I could say on the previous results of what Sagitnu's been playing for the Yuzhong is he's actually becoming like the pseudo carry, or rather the pseudo tank for the team. It's like he's the one who's going onto the back lanes, of course, of their opponents. And with this kind of first pick that they now have a chance, or rather an option, to put Benny Cutie into like a marksman role that they're usual. They sometimes put him on a 1-1 just for a late game potential. But I do like here the Hilda, which is somehow we're not seeing. Probably we could make a little reference from the previous MPL coming from the other country, which is Indonesia, which is Hilda isn't a priority pick on their meta. But here in the Philippines, we've been seeing it once again coming from, and that's a Ben Sanity hero for sure.
For MPL ID, we did watch that. They didn't really like the Hilda pick as much there as it is in the Philippines. But right now, Execration here, they just go for a Kufra. And let me remind you guys that there's this certain pattern that Execration is doing, that whenever they let go of that Hilda onto the other side of the pickings, they would just go for that Kufra. Because they know, Rob, that onto the other side of the map, Hilda is gonna do something, so that means he can do something as well on the opposite side.
Yes. And most likely Rhea here. Oh, I'm not really sure if that's good. If it's Rhea who will be using it on Cignal Ultra, definitely it's not gonna be the one like doing the invades. I was actually thinking why Hilda if it's Joehead is still open for their side. So basically this might be a side laner Hilda, which are not we often not see, because most of the time Hilda is gonna be going for a tank, just doing poke damage and going into the buffs of course of Execration. Given that they do have this Selena, most of the time Hilda user here just gonna get all the traps that's gonna be being placed on level 1 just to help, or at least take a lot of time for them to be taking the buff.
Clearly, as you can see now, Rob, the Selena, you did mention this, they picked it onto the side of Execration. Now, what does that do? It puts a bit of an offset onto the side of Cignal Ultra that they cannot pick the Farsa. They cannot pick those stationary heroes that can just control and have no mobility in a way. Valor is kind of a safe pick just because of the innate Purify that he has with his ultimate. But as long as people here do not get hit on the side of Cignal Ultra, especially that Hilda and that Ling, I think they're gonna be safe. Now, what is Execration lacking in terms of their draft?
The Lancelot has just been banned right now. Definitely that's gonna be a no-brainer for the side of Hate. But they are also one of the teams who uses like Esmeralda onto the mid and somehow 1-1. So I'm thinking of a late game hero here for the side of Execration. Probably a 1-1, or even Esmeralda is still gonna be a thing for them. What else? Claude is still actually open from this one. But I really like, just to point out, Butters, that is Sakuragi. That's not gonna be Chaknu for me. That's something. Look at Chaknu right now. That is that's a playoffs form.
I mean, you can't really talk. You know. Your hair is blue right now.
Definitely. This is a basketball theme as well. My name's Kuroko, no Rob. And by the way, I would like to point out that Syre was already been here.
Syre is here, ladies and gentlemen, for the whole regular season. He wasn't there. He was the registered coach of Execration for the longest time, but this is the first time that we are going to see Syre. So that means there could be a discovery here that has been made during the time when Syre entered that boot camp of Execration.
Yes, and for sure, an additional brain is just going to be more
How
useful
important
for
is that?
them.
How important is that?
Well, for coaches, of course.
Whoa!
Wow! Is
Let me
that-
cut you off there, man.
Go ahead, man.
Let me cut you off there. Etomax here, securing that. I think that's a Benecutie hero.
I guess so.
That is a Leomord.
Yeah, that might be a Benecutie hero. Even I think that might be a Cignal hero because if I remember it correctly, on the previous Execration way back season 4, even on season 5, it's been using the Leomord and it's very fantastic user. I mean, he's really doing well for that specific hero. Not something we see into the meta right now, but this is the playoffs. This is where we put all of our pocket strategy, and I don't think that Cignal Ultra is ready for this pick.
Bensanity here with the last pick. It's going to be a 1-1 side lane. So if Execration went for that double carry setup, that double carry hero, core hero setup onto their side, what stops Cignal Ultra from doing the same? It's going to be a Ling and the 1-1. Very strong. How do I say this? They are strong in terms of just the laning. I think 1-1 is one of those heroes that can get in, get out, and clear the waves as fast, not really as fast as possible, but you can have a bit of a security that you can't get chased that easily.
Yes, but what I think right now, Butters, is that it's gonna be hard to pierce through the lineup here of Execration. Yes, they do have here a 1-1, but these two fighters here for the side of Execration can just simply build a lifesteal, like a Bloodless X, then just go for an Antikythera, then probably just make it a tanky core. And 1-1 will definitely not gonna be killing. Probably he could go for the Harriet or even the Selena, but they could build Winter Truncheon just to cancel the crossbow of tank. And aside from that, where gonna be the damage coming from the side of Cignal? It's only coming from Hades. He needs to snowball at least on the early to mid game.
And a lot of things are going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen. There could be a lot of invasion coming here from the side of Cignal Ultra. Execration here will try to get the win as early as possible as well. I think in terms for the side of Cignal Ultra, they just want to delay, thus entering an aggressive state for the side of Hilda. But let us see, this is the first game of the Mpl-Ph playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, and this is going to be a fun one.
Definitely. So now just looking at for the Hilda, if he's gonna be doing it, it's actually spotting him, looking. Oh, I like that one. But yeah, it's the Hilda is just checking if the Selena was just placing trap. And I really like what we're seeing, how the items are being placed in front of our screens, ladies and gentlemen. So probably we could talk about how, or rather the winning conditions of both teams. Execration probably has an easier way of going into the late game. I mean, in terms of late games, Execration heroes definitely can scale on the late game. But for the side of Cignal Ultra, since they are also one of the teams that they have a higher percentage in terms of first blood because of their draft as well, that really works during the early stages.
You know what? I would actually say that Execration here is going to have a harder time in just winning this, because I see 2 points here. You go for a Harith and you go for a Leomord. Now, what does these two hero need as much as possible? They are item dependent.
Item dependent and ulti dependent, and as well for the Harith, at least he must have his purple buff at least.
Yes. I have actually 2 points, and you did say the second point. They are ulti dependent.
Yeah.
Now, when you're ulti dependent, what do you usually do? You wait for the right time to fight. And when is the right time to fight, Rob? When is the right time to fight?
The right time to fight is when you see your enemy. No, no, just kidding. I think the right time to fight. Well, that just gives us its own winning conditions, and
Yeah.
that's where the Selena and the Kufra was for the side of Execration, because they're gonna be the one to make it hard for Cignal Ultra to snowball onto the
Yeah.
mid game, or at least the early game. And this is the usual poke coming from Imba DJ. This is this healing necklace. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be buying at least 2 of them.
Yeah, Sagitnu here having a bit of a scuffle against Rhea, but you know what Sagitnu says? That I have my passive with me, so you cannot really just, you know, bully me out of the lane. And as you can see, Bensanity here doing the things that we expect him to do, and they actually missed that. Imba DJ, he steals the buff. Can they get a kill? Bensanity here, one more hit that could have done the job. Etomax here with the burn. That's going to be the first blood. Look at this, Hate and the others. They're really just trying to control the lane, but Imba DJ here, he is given that purple buff, and that will put him at a very significant standpoint in terms of advantage.
Yes, and this just proves that Cignal Ultra is very, very good at initiating on the early game, and we've seen it already. And even like, but the arrow will
Who gets hit?
But a very timely. I mean, it's very timely that the Garrett was not going to
Yeah.
be hitting, and a flicker coming from that Imba DJ. Wow, man! I guess this is the first minute, and it's already in the zone for Cignal Ultra.
We did get the first blood, and ladies and gentlemen, from October 27th to November 13th, please log in the game and participate in the Tricksters Village event and get Halloween candles for treasure spin. Each spin will cost 4 Halloween candies, and you can get up to 7 each day from completing tasks. Teresa's special skin Hammer Giant is guaranteed within 10 spins. You do not want to miss out on this one. Teresa gets a special skin, but you can you know, log in on 10 to, October 10 to 26 and win a skin. You know what? There are a lot of things happening here into Mobile Legends, and right now I'm actually seeing a lot of events. So make sure you check those out, and you always log in the client.
Definitely, and there's something new here on the playoffs, Butters, that we're not just giving away hold. We also have a pause giveaway. So for you been waiting here on your screens right now, you do have something to do while we're waiting for our players to sort up their connectivity issues. Just log into the redeem code of MLBB for you to be able to win awesome prizes, of course, given to you by Mobile Legends. Now, going back on what actually happened on the very first minute of the game, I really like how aggressive Cignal Ultra. I mean, this is their signature, to be honest. I mean, going in, invading the purple buff, and I'm really surprised that what Execration did is to fight it off. They know that will happen, and they chose to fight. There's a slight, I think, the retribution coming from Hate was like a split second early.
Because second early.
And that's where a normal attack coming from Imba DJ got it. But now, a slight lead, of course, from Cignal Ultra.
At this point, at this stage of the tournament, you cannot be making those mistakes that you miss a beat or skip a beat in terms of your, what do you call this, retribution.
Yeah.
You cannot do that. You need to really just adjust to everything that the enemy team is doing, and they won't stop at that point. Checking here, that was maximum range. That was maximum range.
Maximum range, but unfortunately there is a Raging Tornado coming from Araya just to get it. But I really like how Bensanity is just checking where Execration heroes are, or even constantly checking the buff, and it's Hate. Look at him. He's just level 3, and Imba DJ, which is a support, is level 4.
Yep. And clearly, Imba DJ has been getting a lot of kills. He did not have to leave the lane to get mana just because he had the purple buff.
Yes, and they're really starving Hate right now. But I guess it's Bensanity overstaying his commitment here.
I think Bensanity is perfectly fine at this point. They do not have that. They do not really have that, you know, pushing capability to put her out of the jungle. But for Execration, they slowly but surely just try to get as much as resources as possible here. And look at Binsanity. He goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth in the jungle. It may be right side, left side, but all the sides here are covered by the side of Execration. And Hades here going for Tempest of Blades. That's going to be the bouncing ball. It will stop the Ling. And Execration here gets a breather.
Well, I think that's a little miscommunication. I mean, Rhea should have alerted them that Cignal wasn't in the lane because they got flanked, definitely, by the Yu Zhong. Maybe he's just really looking on to getting the tower on the top lane and not really paying attention that his lane, I mean the one on the lane is not in there. And that is something to note here, at least, Butters, because the Yu Zhong will just definitely go to Imba DJ no matter what.
And that is true, Rob. Now, seeing how the game is going, as you can see here, Rob, there is another skirmish happening up top, and that means the kill will have a turret down hand in hand.
Yes, but here comes it. Look at the damage here. But I'm just trying to check if at least Hate already got his orange buff by the 4-minute mark. Now, going into the items, I guess Benny QT just gonna go for fast BOD. Calamity Reaper for Hate, still not possible. But I guess he's still on the top of the gold for Execration at least.
Yeah. And just seeing it, this is the XP. As you can see, Hades here and Hate not having the same amount of graph in terms of numbers. They do not have, Hate does not have the privilege to just go wherever the hell he wants. Because that's the thing. The other team, when they have the Hilda, you cannot expect a free lane or you not expect a free jungle.
Yes, that's so unfortunate.
Oh, Etomax here. Can he get the kill on Hades? Hades here. Is he able to survive? Even with the turtle buff, even with that protection, he will go down. Now, that is an answer for Execration that they delay a bit of the Cignal Ultra, Cignal Ultra aggression. But when that happened, clearly, Execration knew that they had to push the middle turret. They knew that if they did that, it will stop the steam of Cignal Ultra.
Yes. I guess it already over. But by the way, you can check here what are the emblems and as well with the spells been using. Both of the teams here on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. But going back to what actually happened, man, that was very unfortunate. Having both of your cores dying on the bottom lane is something to note for Cignal Ultra. It's like their tank and support has already been doing too much of what they had on the early game, and we're already going into the mid lane and mid game rather. And they have to change strategy from this point.
And look at this, Hades here getting caught out. Etomax with Tempest of Blade, knockup is there. Etomax, he will survive.
He did survive that shield actually given, but the Tyrant's Revenge will not be hitting from the side of Cignal.
Will there be a counter engage though? No, Chujin, they still want this. Hate here going in. He knows that Chujin is in a very bad spot. Let us see. The crossbow of Tang is there. It will take that kill on the Selena. Cignal still going at it, and he will take down that 1-1. Sujin biting off more than he can chew.
Yes, but meanwhile here onto the mid lane, it's another one been taken by Cignal Ultra. It's like Cignal Ultra right now is just doing different skirmishes on aside the map, and they just going like side lane pushes, split push rather, for the side for Hades as well. I guess this works for the way they draft it, and they could be able to snowball coming in, but still, even with the lead for like 1,000 here, but Execration, I think they're still doing well.
Yeah, they're really still doing well. But you know what? I just noticed that Haze went straight for a Demon Hunter sword. He knows that he needs to peel off a lot or take down a lot of these tanky heroes onto the side of Execration. He knows that he needs the extra health. So that's why you go for the Demon Hunter sword first. He's not that how do I say this? Confident in terms of the magic damage, so you just go for the Demon Hunter sword first. And that means that 1-1 could be the one who can go straight for a Blade of Despair. You could be the one who goes straight for a Corrosion Sight. Because that means when that happens, they will have all the utility that they need to take down the people here from the side of Execration. But Sujin here with the flicker, nicely timed, not getting blocked by that bouncing ball. But would it really matter as Hate just jumps in? He has a Calamity Reaper. He has the Beast Hunter. What will he go for next?
Just checking in right now. I'm really sorry for that, Butters, but I was really caught up on how brave.
That is totally fine.
Brave Selena just going in and trying to cancel the buff of Hades, but I guess with no avail. But as you were saying, for the itemization, another skirmish. Cignal, Mike.
And as expected, this is the match that we actually thought that it would be. Aggression for aggression. Binsanity here. You were tanky earlier, but you ain't so tanky right now, girl. You're not that tanky.
Not that tanky indeed. But look at the items here. I really like what you point out on Demon Hunter's sword. Now it's going for the endless battle. Yeah, he actually needs like a sustain. Still, there's damage, but yeah, Hades here not very confident that he could be able to pull up like an early BOD, like the usual other Ling players just go for BOD, endless battle, and get a defense item right after that. Demon Hunter is the correct item here because of the tanky type of heroes. This heroes with a fighter core is definitely high on HP, and Demon Hunter is the perfect item for that. Meanwhile, for the side of Cignal Ultra, I think the 1-1 is somehow lacking for his damage. Yes, he has already Corrosion Blade, but still, with this 1-1 and as well with emblem, Marksman emblem here, Witness Finder, yes. You need at least 2 or 3 core items for you to be able to mark a damage at least.
And that's one of the downsides of having a 1-1. Because usually when you get that 1-1, but it doesn't really matter, as Hades here is the... Whoa! Mad skills! Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Sujin here forcing Cignal out using that Black Dragon form. Hades here. Pixel perfect timing, ladies and gentlemen. There's still another fight happening as Rhea will just use the Raging Sandstorm to get out.
I like how the micro manage coming from Cignal Ultra. I mean, that Ling surviving that one. I mean, the ulti coming from the Cooper as well. But here, the Zaman Force. But Heat, we've seen, he actually doesn't have a farm for the first 5 minutes. And now, he's 3-0-4 in the KDA. He's already been leading Execration here in the mid game.
With that skirmish that happened, Rob, look at this. A lot of the ultimates here coming out from Execration is down. Black Dragon form is out. Hate, it just went up here. That Zaman Force, it wouldn't really matter as they will get a kill to just, you know, limit the forced engagements that Cignal Ultra can do as long as BenQT doesn't have the Phantom Steed. Now, for the side of Execration, this is good news for them that Hades is onto the bottom lane. Now, do they have a clue? Yes, they do. This is going to be the Lord take. And let's see if it's going to go to their side. Yes, it will. At the cost of Imba DJ's life, BenQT here will go down. Etomax will go down next. And will it be a triple kill? Let's see. Sujin here is the next target. That is going to be a price to pay if you go near the Zaman Force. And one man, oh man. 1-0-1-1-1.
That was a lot of ones, Butters, but one thing is for sure is that Ling is just too late. Here comes the Gillette instant replay. Hashtag shave the day. I think just a slide of it as for the side for the Leomord, he could be able to live on the crossbow attack, but unfortunately, it went after the Selena, which is very squishy for Execration. That's a kill, but still 1-1 is still dead right there. I guess it's a little bit too late for the Ling coming from the bottom lane. And a miss also made from Jack. Not something you see every day, ladies and gentlemen.
Hades just stepping it up, but he is needed onto the middle lane as that forced fight was happening. As that forced pickoff from the side of Execration was happening. The Lord is pushing onto the middle lane. And what Hades wanted to do there is just cut the creep wave.
Yes, and now look at the items here coming from Execration. Well, Leomord still going for damage, BOD into Endless Battle, but Sagitt do a guess, like what we said on the draft, that this was gonna be a pseudo tank just going inside the, right of the Black Dragon, just giving Cignal Ultra a hard time and giving them out of position during team fights. And yeah, it's been doing well for this Yuzhong and worth the first pick.
Yeah, and look at this. If you can see the item progression here coming up from Cignal Ultra, they're not rushing anything. They're going through the core items before they head on to those prized items, which is like a Blade of Despair, probably Queen's Wings if they wanted to. And as you can see, that's going to be a kill on 1-1. There wasn't even enough time to get all the weaknesses of his enemy for the crossbow of Tang. Rhea here is the next target. Raging Sandstorm was perfect there in terms of timing, and they will get away.
Yes, they will get away, but an arrow might actually connect here. Hades going in for Eto Maps. It's not seen on the screen right now, but it's going in, but the Winter Truncheon will be there. Will that be enough? Not, of course. But here, Zaman Force onto the bottom lane, Butters. They're
and
just
they
filling
just want
up.
to push. They want to push, but Bensanity and the others, they want to fight. Look at this, 2-man knockup, Tyrant's Rage. Tyrant's Revenge is there. Bensanity here, still trying to fight this. Here comes the Calvary as Hades will come in with the Ling action. They will just disengage just because Zaman Force is already there.
Yes, that was 2 Zaman Force in one team fight. That's how long it is. And man, Hate, aside from sagging to just been, I mean, if Hades has been stepping up for Cignal Ultra, I definitely give it to Hate right off the bat because, man, it was just famished for the 2 buffs earlier onto the game, and now it's godlike.
It's all about Hate's cooldown reduction at this point. If you get that cooldown reduction, you are going to be in for a treat. As you can see there, there's a bit of a transition there between 20 to 25 to 30 seconds, and another Zaman Force was available onto the side of that Harith. Now, what led to this? I think it's probably the mystery shop, just because he is getting a lot of these items on time, just because it is lessened. It is lessened in terms of price.
Yes, like 10% if not mistaken, ladies and gentlemen. But here, onto the bottom lane. It's like what Cignal Ultra has been doing for the past at least 5 to 10 minutes. It's just going into the side lane, doing split pushes. That's the reason that they have all those side inner turrets still up. Well, on the top lane, it's already been down, but earlier it is. But it's like they don't want to engage for team fights, and they're not really capable to do so. So now, Cignal Ultra, just going a little bit back, we've seen that Leomore just going one-on-one with Chujin, and he also have a flicker at the time, and there's no time because the damage coming from the Leomore is totally nuts right now.
Imba DJ almost getting caught out.
Yeah, definitely.
Going back?
Yeah, going back, like what I've said, I guess what Cignal Ultra is doing right now is just going for side lane pushes, giving Execration to react. If Hade is definitely gonna go to the bottom lane, and now it's up for Execration if they want to take the Lord or they want to react. And definitely they would like to react here, but I guess it's not gonna be the one to happen.
And this is a very bad spot for the side of Execration. Some of them are getting forced to go back into the base. Their utility combination is out. Sagitn here trying to tank as much as possible. Sujin going for Hate next. There is the Winter Truncheon. Crossbow of Tang will be cancelled. And as you can see here, Hate, will he go down? Does he have enough damage to take them all down? No, he doesn't. And Hades here getting controlled by Benny QD, and that is going to be costly for the side of Execration.
Costly enough. That diversion coming from the Ling, man, misdirection, I guess is what I have to call it, because that was their play all along. I mean, they know that they wouldn't want to fight a 5v5. I mean, you've seen it. It's just 3 man from the Execration, rather 2, because the Benny Cutie was just going back onto the middle lane to save, to get the minion wave. So it's just 2, been fighting 4 members coming from Cignal, and 2 of the members of Execration just teleported onto the base because their bottom tower is about to go down, which it is.
No retribution here for the side of Execration. How will this pan out? Yes, it's gonna go to the hands of Cignal Ultra. And as you can see here, there is a Kufra takedown. Make that 2 takedowns onto the side of Cignal Ultra. That is going to be very, let's see, how do I say this? Beneficial?
Beneficial
For the side of Signal Ultra, to think that on the other side you have Benny Cutie, but on the other side you have a beneficial fight.
Oh, I like that one. You have Benecutie on the side and a beneficial fight on the other. But what's beneficial right now for Cignal Ultra is that they secured the lore that they know that they don't have a chance in winning in the 5v5. But because they could be able to misdirect the attention from Execration, well, that's gonna save them, and they're really doing it very well. But now, Butters, just to butt it in, is that we are already on the 18-minute mark. We're in. Execrations are at its strongest, well, in data, or at least on the regular season.
And I don't think at this point, Rob, I think scaling-wise, it all goes to the side of Signal Ultra. This is still a 1-1. If Benecutie cannot take down this guy, or they cannot really one-shot this guy as fast as possible, I don't think it's going to be possible for Tujin to actually control them in terms of the fight. But as I speak, it's going to be the crossbow of Tang. That's going to be the flicker. He gets away. Benecutie here, still on that Phantom Steed. Barbiel looking as fine as ever. And that is going to be the death of Hades. And Imba DJ here, next target, Winter Truncheon, delaying the inevitable. It wouldn't really matter. Ben Sanity, not Benecutie, Ben Sanity, ladies and gentlemen. Etomax here throwing it out onto the other side of the map, and that will hit game number 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Winter Truncheon's left and right. What is happening to this game?
It's like Ben Sanity is just going in and out on the brushes and just waiting for the cooldown and going in for a fight for the Selena. But now, still, Execration still not stopping chasing Signal Ultra here.
And they just collapsed. The composure of Signal Ultra here. Knowing them, they are known to be cool, calm, and collected. They made a fatal mistake right there. Ben Sanity just went down because he went into the vicinity or near the area of hate.
Yes, I guess so. But I guess Signal Ultra is still gonna be okay with that. Yes, their mid turret has been taken down, but they do take 2 towers on the top and the bottom, and I guess the mid turret is just 1 hit away from any core of Signal Ultra. Even Link could be able to 1-hit it, and there's gonna be no towers for Execration. And I think what Signal Ultra is just waiting right now is another diversion. That was just they did on the very first Lord, but I guess Execration is not gonna wait that long.
Sagitno with the Black Dragon form going to the back lines. There is going to be that crossbow of Tang that Signal Ultra really wants to pop off. There is a stun, but Execration here got what they wanted. Patience from Execration.
Patience from Execration. I like that phrase, Butters. Well, patience versus calmness. Which one will actually win? I guess
those two actually go hand in hand.
I just come to think about it. It's actually almost the same, different words. But kidding aside, ladies and gentlemen, an arrow will hit Imba DJ.
But that costs them, because when you use that Purify, that means you are using your capability to fight, and you cannot go near the range of that brush at this point in the game. Because if you go there and you're in range, you know that Chaknu is gonna jump for you, and you don't have your innate Purify capability.
Yes, but now, ladies and gentlemen, on the very first match here of both of these teams, been showing their playoff form. Really deserve this one. Anyone who actually gonna win this one, but Lord's already been up. Now, what we're looking here is what will Signal Ultra do? Will they mimic what they did earlier? Sagitnu and Hades just doing one-on-one onto the top lane, and I guess Sagitnu will just have to stay on that lane.
Well, it is one of the things that Signal Ultra put onto their hands here in terms of just controlling the lanes, and Hades here almost going down. Look at the damage coming out from Etomax.
Wow.
Mastery of the hero is there. And there's another fight happening here. Tujin, he pops the crossbow of Tang. It's there. Hate goes down. Benecutie trying to go straight for Tujin, but Tujin fast on the decision making. He goes back.
Oh no, I mean, Hate going down is actually one of the damage dealer coming from Execration. This might be a very good time for Signal Ultra to try to take the Lord. And they're still chasing in, and they don't want to get. They know that Benecutie doesn't have an ulti, and now they're just circling around the Lord.
Yeah.
Well, Execration contest this one.
They're not really chasing down Execration at that point on, but that means that with Hate out, you go straight for the Lord because they don't have that retribution. And right now, Black Dragon Fort is there. Where does the Lord go? Chaknu got it! Chak attack, ladies and gentlemen, and that is going to be a collapse onto the side of Cignal Ultra. Chaknu here, the hero of this fight. Can they survive? Can they survive? That is the question. Benecute here goes down in the process. They get the Lord. Will they live another fight? Will they live to fight another fight?
I guess so. I guess the death timer is still 40 seconds. Well, at least for Etomax it's 30. Cignal Ultra needs to push this one. It's just Mpl-Ph.
It's only game number 1.
Yes, and we're already heading in almost 30 minutes. But I guess this is still a go for Cignal Ultra. They can be able to punish Execration here. Yes, they do have the Lord, but they cannot go out. And probably Chaknu just did buy Execration some more time for this game.
And Hades, he wasn't really ready for that retribution.
Yes.
He was in mid-animation of the Tempest of Blade, and he couldn't have used the retribution at that point in time.
Yeah, that was very fortunate for the Ling. Now, we're back into square one. Both teams just have barely a single turret, both of them. But I guess Execration has the upper hand because it's the middle turret. And this is the fastest lane, probably.
Yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, what can Cignal Ultra do? Because Execration is just not gonna wait for another Lord. For this one, they do have an upper hand in the team fights.
And look at this, Bensanity, Chaknu here. They are just gauging up each other, sizing each other up, and they know that what they're capable of. It's just that Chaknu here keeps on getting these crucial initiations. Bensanity near the area. He does not let Chaknu jump out at that point. And Hades here, he is the primary target of Sagitnu as always. And as you can see, Tempest of Blades, Black Dragon form will be used. Hate is near the area, and with the Zaman Force out, Hades gets away.
Yes. So it's like Cignal Ultra still doing the tactic that they have been doing over and over, just letting the Link go onto the other on the side lane. And because, well, he can do it, he could be able to respond or at least help his teammates anytime he wants to. So now, I guess Execration, they have to turtle it out, I guess. Unless
they have to.
They could be able to get a pick-off. Aside from Mpl-Ph, definitely. If they could get a pick-off, probably even Bensanity is going to be crucial if they take it. Because Bensanity has been really insane in giving the vision for the side of Cignal Ultra. That's the reason why this Ling has been capable to know who are the heroes available on the map.
Look at Sujin here. Really having a hard time taking out
that
orange buff, but that orange buff is going to be one of their advantages here against Execration. Execration does not have an orange buff at this point in time because those two buffs will go to the two main damage dealers of Cignal Ultra. How important is that?
That very important because that could be a buff for Benecute. And look at Cignal Ultra. This is somehow a squishy lineup, and having an orange buff make it easier for him to deal damage for his passive when their HP is down 30%. But what's more is that Chaknu here is being circled by Chujin, and the crossbow of Tang might pull off here, but Black Dragon was here.
Oh!
Chujin!
Oh my goodness, that arrow coming out from Etomax! That could have saved the game onto the side of Execration, but Benecute here going 1v1 with 1-1. 1-1 will go down. Etomax with the arrow. That probably is the play of the game right there. Chaknu going 1v1 with Hades. Hades, what can he do? He will get away. That's the Finch poise, and this game isn't over yet, ladies and gentlemen.
This isn't over, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna be another Lord, probably. But it's a sight to see. We've been seeing a 1v1 on the mid, on the other side, and there's someone on the top. Wow. I mean, they don't really like team fights, guys. They just want to do 1v1s. But now, I guess, we're going for a third Lord. In this game, this might actually drag off like a 30-minute or more.
And this is the most crucial part of the map right now. There is a Lord here onto the side of Execration. They can take it, but they will opt not to. Why? Cignal Ultra has been getting a lot of these lords just because there is no retribution at the times they get it. What does that mean? Hate is always down.
Yes, during the second team, Lord, yes, Hate has been picked off. But I really like how Hades, man, I mean, onto the top lane, going into the bottom lane, it just, I mean, Execration could be able to take the Lord that time because 3 members from Cignal was down, but they can't take the chance because the link is just free to go onto the side lanes and give them a hard time. But look at it, Hades might actually go here, but he's taking Etomax.
Etomax goes down. Hades, will he survive? Yes, he will. Hate here is the next target. Hilda there with the power of nature. Not really the power of nature, but the power of wilderness. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
he just slams people down. That ultimate.
This is what you've said, Butters. I mean, Cignal Ultra has been getting the Lord because Hate wasn't available. And this is another time, and as well with Etomax, probably Cignal Ultra could be able to pull off here. But Shujin is down. Would you think they would try to take the Lord? And Hades going on to the bottom lane. Still, I guess they're not comfortable to go for it. And Ima DJ dying
Ben
here.
Cutie having a good time with that Leomord, and as you can see, Ben Santi and the other Shaknu here with the bouncing ball, a lot of damage getting thrown out. Look at those swords just getting swung at on the side of Execration. But for Cignal Ultra, why did they not go for the Lord at that certain period?
Yeah.
Hate was out.
Yes.
Hate was out.
Hate was out, even Etomax, but man, they're not comfortable just having the Ling to do the damage because Trojan was out. I guess this is gonna get dragged for like 35 minutes. Wow, this is just the first game, Butters. This is just the first game of the MPL Season 6 playoffs, and both of these teams are really deserve to be here.
Okay, so I like what Execration did here, Rob. As you can see, Hades is on to the other side of the map. Now, Sagitnu went and told that to his teammates, and right now, Hades isn't in the area. There is a suppress there for Tujin. Crossbow of Tang will be negated. Hades is here. Black Dragon is here as well. And this is lore. This is lore specific, ladies and gentlemen. That's what really happened between Ling and Yu Zhong. But on that Lord is hanging by a thread. That HP is really low. Who will be able to take it? There is no retribution to the other side.
Did he take
Who
it?
gets it? Hades uses the retribution. It isn't really showing on the screen right now, but there are 2 lords on the side of Cignal. They got it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Cignal Ultra here can just push. Lord is gonna come out. It's gonna go to the top lane. Now, that favors Execration. That is the longest lane that the Lord can go to.
Yes, I guess it's a blessing in disguise, but what's not a blessing for them is that 3-man down, and well, Hate is gonna live for here, but Hades has been very patient. I mean, he messed it up on the other Lord, but now he actually waited, and I really like how resilient Cignal Ultra was there. I mean, they're just holding. I mean, Benny Cutie is just hammering them down, but here, going into the mid lane.
This. Rob, Malefic Roar on Hades.
Oh,
he got the
wow.
Malefic Roar. He just wants to push.
He wanted to push here, ladies and gentlemen, but Diamond Force coming from Hate, going in, left and right, dashing with the Chrono Dash. Rhea still alive, and all the damage from Hate was just wasted, but he died on the hands of Etomax, but the Lord is still alive. Are they going in? This might be
They
a
really
very
want. Oh, that was the Lord swinging.
Cignal Ultra taking one game from Execration. Wow.
And they are really happy with that. That was a long game. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the best of 3.
This isn't. This is a best of 5, but